Hello!
Hello, AOS fans!
It's the agents of Nightvault!
Happy New Year to you all.
Happy New Year.
This is the first game we've played in 2019. It won't be the first game you've seen in 2019, but because we run a little bit ahead. But Happy New Year to you all. And tonight we are playing the Reavers. Pete's playing the Reavers.
Yep.
And I'm playing the Eyes of the Nine, once again, trying to get my handle on these tricksy buggers. But it's an all-chaos battle tonight.
That is what Tzeentch is all about, isn't it? Of being tricksy, so we shall see it. Tzeentch versus Khorne.
You'll have to see how it goes. And I'm using my beautifully painted, which you can't see on camera, but I'm using my beautifully painted Tzeentch models from Ed, our Patreon supporter.
Thank you,
Ed.
awesome.
And we've got our lovely objectives from another one of our Patreon supporters. And this is a good time to mention Patreon. Now, Patreon, you can have a look at.
You can send us loads of free stuff.
You can have a look at our Patreon link down below in the comments below, or in the description below. But yeah, don't feel like you have to send us free stuff. But some of our Patreon people are very, very lovely, and
we love you all.
Send us gorgeous things. So thank you very much, guys, again. And without further ado, it goes without saying that Pete won the roll off. I chose this board, he chose that board, looking a bit offensive to me, but then he always does.
Yep.
And I keep banging the table. I think without further ado, we need to roll off.
Yes, we do.
We are sporting Battle Cam tonight, so do let us know what you think of Battle Cam. A few of you have commented in the past that you'd rather see an angled view, so we will be flicking to the angled view every now and again, so hopefully you can see a bit more of the action. Let us know what you think. So should we roll off to see who plays tonight? It does make a difference tonight because we have I only have 4.
You only have 4.
The blue horror isn't
we did that the other week as well with
did.
Escape, and we said it makes a difference. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So what have you got, Rob?
And I have got.
I've got a crit
and a double, and a double. Crit and 2 doubles.
Crit 2 doubles. So I'll just need a crit and a single.
Oh, there it is.
That's such as the way it goes.
Yes.
Well, I might as well make you put one down first because you're going to finish first anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Off to you.
After me, right. Okay, well, I'm going to start with... what shall I start with? Shall I start with, Pete? What do you think?
One of your models.
Clever.
I was going to start with one of yours.
I already don't know what to do. I'm going to put Turosh there.
Okay, I'm going to put Karsus here.
You see, my army's already feeling really flaky and not much good.
I do think the eyes suffer a little bit at the minute. I mean, you do have 2 people that roll shields, but
yes, I do.
They're very random. You've got people that roll shields, people that roll dodges, people that roll 2 dice on inspired, people that don't get anything when they're inspired.
The biggest problem is that Garrek, he inspires. He has to be next to Vortemis, but actually when he inspires, he's not really much better than when he's not inspired.
Yeah.
He basically can re-roll a dice. He basically gets a awakened weapon for free.
A bit like Gerzag.
And that's about it. But that's all, because Gerzag gets an extra wound, I think, and other things.
I can't remember what else he gets. He does.
I can't remember if he gets an extra wound. But
I'm sure he gets beefier.
Yeah, but and so these attacks just as good. So he could do some damage early on. He says, trying to remember what he's got in his hand. But also he could be dead reasonably early on too, depending on what comes out.
If he's too close.
I don't really want him to be dead. It's fair
see, that's
to
where
say.
you went wrong in previous games.
That
You
is.
weren't phased if he was dead.
Ah, I see.
As it turns out, it matters if they're dead.
Turosh there.
That's Navia.
Navia there. I'll put Navia there. I'm going to put Navia there.
Okay. Put Arnulf there. Fuel Slayer, as I like to call
I'm
him.
going to put Vortemis there.
I didn't see that coming. Put Targor.
Garrek there.
Garrek here. And Sake there. So those are the models placed. So we shall show you our cards and then we will roll off to see who gets to choose who goes first.
We possibly should say at this point that none of us changed our cards.
We didn't.
No,
we didn't. Whether we are foolish for that or not, we shall very soon find out. So it's time to roll and see who gets to go first. And as you finish setting up first, you get +1 crit. So I shall roll my dice and see if I save you a roll. I have saved your rolling arm. Shields and hammers all around.
Shields and hammers all around. I shall go first, please. No, I'm going to let you go first.
Fine. Okay, so my first turn, I am going to charge with Karsus. Possibly a bit obvious, but there we go. So Karsus moves 4, 1, 2, 3 to there. So I'm having a go at Turosh there. I roll 3 swords and do 2 damage. He has 2 wounds, doesn't he?
He does.
It's enough to one-shot him if I'm lucky. 1 sword. So you just need a dodge. Oh, crit! Curse you! There's charge count R. Cassis, this is not the plan. What are you playing at? Someone didn't read the manual. It's the end of my go. I have nothing in the power step.
So for my first activation, I'm bringing up the blue horror using Vortemis action to bring up the blue horror, and I'm putting it over here.
And anything in your power step?
No.
I'm going to play Khorne Calls, which is roll 1 extra attack dice for my first attack in the next activation. Okay, so on to my second activation. I'm going to charge with Garrek. Garrek Gorebeard. He's going to charge. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. So he charged and attacks. Now he rolls 3 hammers normally and does 2 damage, and that's on Navia. So again, it is enough to kill her. Need hammers. Oh, it's a crit.
So I need a crit.
You do. She rolls shields normally, but it does not matter. No. So Navia is dead, and I score precise use of force.
Nice work.
Pick another card up. And gain a glory. Now my power step, I'm going to play Insensate.
And that reduces the damage to 1, doesn't
Yes. Anything for you?
it? Nothing for me, no.
Okay. Charge code now.
Yeah, for my second activation, I'm going to make a charge action with the blue horror to there. It's 3 dice. I can only do 1 damage, but he only does 1 damage anyway.
I'm assuming you're going after Arnulf.
Arnulf, yeah, or a crit. So you need a crit.
I do need a crit, or Arnulf takes a wound. No!
Oh, and I don't have anything to do in this phase.
In the power step,
No.
I'm going to play Frenzy on Sake, on Blooded Sake, which means he rolls an extra dice when he makes a charge.
Ouch.
So on to my third activation, and I'm going to charge with Sake. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. I should put a charge toucan there.
Charge toucan.
Charge toucan, the most lethal of all the birds. Right, so Sake rolls 2 hammers normally, and he's got Frenzy, so he rolls an extra dice when he makes a charge. So 3 hammers and 3 damage.
You've got a load of jammy cards, if you don't mind
And
saying.
I get single assist as well.
Oh, so I need a crit.
Crit and a single assist.
Oh, yeah.
No.
No, so he's dead.
Oh, you can defend anyway because I rolled a crit and a success.
Oh, yeah.
So I get a glory for killing Yao. I realised I missed the glory out earlier. I've got...
Ah,
Oh
excellent.
no.
Oh, yeah, you got 2.
Yes, because I had precise use force earlier. And this time I've scored advancing strike.
Oh.
So that's another glory, so I have 4 of them now. I pick up a new card. Power step. I'm going to play Blood Slick on Garrek. He now rolls 2 defense dice.
Okay, I'm going to play Distraction on Sake.
Ah. Ooh. Free chop.
Okay, and then I'm going to play Determined Effort. Plus 1 dice in the next activation.
Oh dear.
And any ideas what I might do in, in my third activation?
Go on guard.
I'm going to go on guard, that's correct, yes. For my third activation, I'm going to make an attack with Garrek, who rolls hammers.
Poor little
Not
Sake.
with defense dice.
You can if you like. I don't mind.
Come on, this is where I roll nothing, and I get
Just-
very,
just-
very upset. Oh, 2 hammers. 2 hammers. Do you need a dodge or a crit?
I need a dodge.
You need,
I
you
need
need
a crit because
You
you
need a
rolled
crit.
2 successes.
Oh, so it's 3 damage.
6 dead.
Kaplat!
And you get a
I
glory.
get a glory. Unfortunately, I don't have any instant glory. Insta glory.
It's the glory.
There's some jammy buggers over there. I've had 2 lots.
Oh.
So I will just.
Give up.
I'm going to give up. Yes, I'm going to
Yay.
give up.
Okay, I'm going to play light armor on Arnulf.
Okay, so that means you roll an extra. You can.
Crits don't count for defense, but I roll an extra dice
Extra
when
dice.
making attacks.
Okay.
Which It's very similar to Frenzy, which is roll an extra dice.
Okay.
But without the drawback of not being able to count a crit.
Yeah,
However,
you have to charge.
Frenzy you have to charge for, so that it does weigh up. It does make sense in the end. So anything else for you?
No.
On to my 4th activation, and I'm going to charge L'Horreur with Arnulf. It's going to go 1-2 to their charge token. Now this could be risky. 3 Schwards, and if I roll a crit, he does 2 damage, not 1. No, not a thing.
Not a sausage.
That has done me like a kipper.
Why did you do that then?
Because I think you've got extreme flank, and I wanted to stop you from getting it by pushing you to there. And in my power step, I have not a snozzage.
You have no snozzage. No snozzage.
There's no snozzage.
Okay.
I have realised, though, that all my people are inspired.
Oh. Bing, 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 bing. Doesn't make any difference to Arnold's attack. No, doesn't make a difference because you didn't get.
I get an extra sword.
Ah.
Got an extra sword, which I've.
God, do you want to roll that then?
Well, I'll roll it then if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
I don't mind at all. Yes, so there we go. Not a snossage still. 4 dice and not a single snord.
That's unlucky.
Yes. But
I'm dreadfully upset for you. So sad.
I mean, that smile on your face tells me that your emotions are true and that you.
I entirely am. I'm gutted for you. I really am.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm not, and I have nothing in the power step.
I have nothing in your power step either. So in my final activation, I'm going to make a move action. I'm going to make a move action with my man Vortemis to here.
Ooh.
And in my power step, I'm going to play Strength of Arrogance on Garrek.
What's that one do?
Gives him +1 damage.
Ah, makes him a 4 damage machine.
Yours.
I have nothing in the power step.
Okay, I've got nothing else left.
Okay, so we are on to the end phase.
End phase, you went first.
I went first.
You've already scored 2.
I scored nothing else. Not a snozzage. I think I'm going to get rid of Alone in the Darkness. See, I fluffed up down here because I went in to kill you. You moved anyway, yes, so it probably would have made not a lot of difference. And I'm suspecting of you having extreme flank in a moment, so that's what I was trying to get rid of.
I see. I suspected that's what you were doing.
Yeah. And I am going to... I'm going to get rid of Supremacy.
Okay.
Because I don't like my chances. And I'm going to keep my last one, and then I'm going to draw it because I have nothing else.
Okie dokie.
So over to you.
I have indeed got extreme flank.
Damn you!
Which I telegraphed early because I also have keep them guessing.
Damn
and it suddenly
you.
became a very difficult mental thing of how to get the attack in, but still get extreme flank because I couldn't attack with him because he was on the back end.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
And so it was all a bit tricky. But I got that, and amazingly, I scored escalation. Because in fact, the first time ever, so I've scored 4 upgrades in this turn.
Nice.
That's
yeah,
amazing. So I got a face, I get 6. Which I think it might be my highest ever first turn Glory Hall. Unless I maybe scored Supremacy and something else.
I don't know. I think you've scored pretty high once with the ghosties. I'm sure you've got quite a haul. Right. And at the end of the first phase of our Curse Breakers versus Garrek match, you had about 9.
Yes, you're right. I did. Okay, so it's not my highest.
So you've got 7.
So not my highest.
Rubbish.
Okay, go. I have Potion of Rage. But I'm not playing it.
All right. Okay,
it's like I really feel this game. I'm going to put it on Garrek, I think.
Okay.
Which might be putting all my eggs in one basket. I wanted to go Garrek basket, but it doesn't make sense. So let's turn over. So I'm going to keep this final card here.
Okay.
Sorry
do
about
whatever you want. Just don't hurt me.
Well,
so it's time to roll for round dos. That's Spanish. 3 doubles. 3 doubles.
That's not Spanish. One single, that's enough, isn't it? One single's enough.
You git.
If it's any consolation, I've no idea what to do.
You were hoping I'd win just so I'd take the decision away from you.
I'm going to let you... No, sorry. I knew what I was going to do and then I said the wrong thing. I'm going to take the first turn in this turn, this phase. I'm going to be pretty controversial on my first turn. I'm going to put Garrek on guard.
Ooh. Very controversial.
I am going to play Acrobatic. I'm going to put it on Vortemis.
So at the minute he's rolling 2 defense dice, and if he inspires, he'll be rolling 3.
Yeah. And that's all I have, unless you have something.
I do. Okay, this might seem like madness, but I'm going to play both Great Strength and Mutating Maul on Garrek.
Wow.
So he still rolls only 2 hammers for his attack, and still only does 3 damage. However, he now has the option of knockback 1 or cleave on top of that. So
I nearly took Mutating Maul for that reason.
yeah, I think it's quite a nice card, because the ability to have that cleave or pushback, knockback rather, is possibly quite tasty. So on to my first activation, and I'm going to charge with Garrek. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So he only rolls 2 hammers, so this is a bit of a risk. However, it's 3 damage and it does have cleave.
Okay.
On Ktruk. Oh, there's a crit.
So I've got.
You do need a crit.
I've got dodges because I've got. He's on guard.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh god.
No, there was no.
But you do need. I rolled a crit.
You rolled a
So
crit.
you still need a crit. Oh.
I'm going to say.
I've chopperated him.
So that's how much damage? 3.
Yes, it is. And
Why
I
is
get
it 3? I thought it was 2.
No, it's 3 because he's got great strength and mutating maul. And I'm going to play Skulls for the Skull Throne, which is a reaction. Play after a friendly fighter attack takes an enemy fighter out of action, draw 2 power cards.
Oh, I've scored a. Sorry, I've scored a thingy. Oh, I scored Martyred. I scored this immediately. The first fighter taken out of action is a friendly fighter.
Nice.
Small constellation. For my plan going belly up.
So you get another objective.
Okay, so my second activation, I'm running out of options here.
After much deliberations.
Yeah, I'm going to try and attack with the blue horror and try and take Arnulf because he's only on light armour, isn't he?
He's got light armour.
Only got one
He's only got
wound,
one wound.
So a crit or a couple
Crit
of swords.
will sort him out. Oh,
brilliant!
You have a similar attack method to Arnold.
I'm glad I deliberated for ages over doing that.
But it is only an attack, I guess.
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's true. Yes.
So you still got.
It's still there.
Yeah.
Still a possibility.
So nothing in your power step?
No.
I have nothing to play in your power step anyway, so
Okay.
onto my second activation. And I'm going to move Targor. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over to there. Nothing in my power step for me, anything for you.
No, I don't think so.
So onto your third activation.
So I'm going to make a charge attack with Vortemis.
Oh.
I might regret this. It's 2 swirlies.
Swirly.
I need. I don't know what I need. I just need. I
You
need swirlies
You need
or
2
crits.
swirlies or crits.
Yeah.
Oh,
One swirly. Now you have to get a crit because he can't be pushed back.
Yes.
Which is
or
why I
you will
put
do
him
1
there. Which is
damage to
why
him.
I was slightly thinking it might be risky putting him there. But
Yes, in fact, you could stand here or here.
can I?
And you
It's
would
the same?
still, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So no,
Because
can't he go-
I'm the same distance away from you, from there to
Okay.
there.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't
So-
really make much difference, but I'll put him there.
Okay. But yes, because when you get knocked back, you have
Yeah.
to move further away.
Okay.
And if
and that's
I go
not
to
further
there,
away, is it? No,
he's
yeah.
no further
Yeah,
away
okay.
from you.
Yeah, right. Sorry. Okay, so I'll put him there. Not that it's enough far away from Garrek to make any difference, but you never know.
Yeah, true. So I need a crit. Oh no, I got a dodge, but not the crit. So that's a
1
wound.
damage, and that inspires Vortemis,
Oh dear.
which was the point of the exercise.
He's now a lot harder to kill.
But I still have Nout to play.
Okay. In your power step, I'm going to play the FANEWAY Crystal on Arnulf. Anything else for you?
No.
So onto my third activation, and I am going to use the move action on Arnulf, which destroys his FANEWAY Crystal, and he's going to go blum, 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 all the way over to yonder. And in my power step, I'm going to play DESECRATE and destroy Objective 1. There you go, it's gone. Boom. Anything for you in my power step?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, nothing else for me either, so onto your fourth Go.
My fourth and final activation. Can't do anything with Vortemis. I don't think there's much point in doing anything with the horror over there. I mean, I could potentially...
That's where you want that upgrade where you have to be with 3 hexes away from everybody.
Yeah, I can't charge you. No, he's not 3 inches. It's only one person,
it's just
isn't it?
one person.
Yeah, it's loner, isn't it? But that's a thingy card as well. It's restricted.
Is it restricted?
I think so.
It seems too restrictive to be restricted.
I think it's to stop
turtling. But you have to be away from everyone,
that's
don't
true,
you, I think?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's restricted. So I am going to ditch Supremacy because I can't score it.
Yep.
I have not enough people to ditch Supremacy.
It is tricky.
And I'm going to draw a new objective.
I'm going to take a power card instead.
Actually, I possibly should have taken a power card and having realised what you were going to do, the last ditch there, but I haven't, so I won't.
Anything in your power step?
Nothing in my power step, Pete.
Nothing.
Power step, Pete.
Power step, Pete. So my fourth go, I am going to just do a charge with Carthus. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to have a stab at Vortemis. I'm going to use the chained axe attack, even though it is range 2. I'm standing next to you, but screw it. And I get 3 swords. Ooh, there's a crit.
So I do need a crit.
So that is it.
I have got 3 defence dice.
You have got 3, so the odds are good. Oh, curse you. I can push you back, though.
You can, yeah.
I'm going to push you to there.
Okay.
Anything for me in your power step?
Yes, I'm going to play Earthquake.
Damn you!
And I'm going to play that to there, him to there. He doesn't move. He doesn't move. He goes to there.
And he
which
goes
I
to there.
might regret.
Possibly. Okay. Well, I'm going to play Quick Advance. And I'm going to go to there and to there.
Unfortunately, I don't have any answer to that.
Okay, nothing for me, so we're on to the end phase. And you did go first.
I did go first, and I have scored Shining Example.
Woo!
So that is 1 glory.
Almost glorious.
Yep. And I didn't score anything else. I'm going to bin. No, I'm going to bin Well Guarded, because I can't score that now.
That's going to be tricky.
I picked that because somebody I was reading, the guy does call it Shadespire, said it was a good card to have. And it is.
But it's not, it's Nightvault.
and it is a good card to have if you don't die.
I don't know. I think it's tough when you've got small warbands.
Yeah.
I think you want that card in.
He did say that, but I kind of thought I felt that if you were playing a more holding back meta, I might score it if it came out first turn.
Possibly, yeah.
Because I've got the blue horror as well. I've got the blue horror as well.
Yeah, you could
so you can bring it straight in.
Yeah, there is that.
And if you hadn't killed Garrek, potentially I could have scored it this time.
Yeah, I'm torn by that one. I think I'd only take it with a seven person warband, but yeah.
Well, I tried it. It didn't work, so it must be rubbish. And
good.
I think I'm going to get rid of confusion, and I'm going to keep my objectives. I'm going to draw up 2 new objectives
and 3 power cards.
And 3 new power cards.
So I scored Extreme Flank, which I think you saw coming, and I also scored It Begins, which is score if at least one fighter on either side is dead.
I got rubbish cards.
Oh dear. It is time to roll for the 3rd and final phase. Ooh, 2 crits. And I get not in a lot. Well, I got 2 singles and a double. Nothing to be ashamed of, but still not good enough. So, Robin-a-Roo, what are you gonna do?
So this is a bit tough, but I think I'm going to go first. So I'm going to attack Carthus.
Yeah. 4 little castles.
Not with 4 defence dice though.
For 3 defence dice and an attack.
So it's 2 hammers.
Chuck a spell dice in there as well.
2
Come
hammers.
On. Go crazy.
2 hammers.
Oh dear. How much damage is this?
2.
Not enough to kill him.
No.
But so Carthus does need a crit. No. So 2 wounds on Carthus.
2 wounds on Carthus.
Carthus.
I'm not going to push him back.
Okay.
And I'm going to play Great Strength.
Uh-oh.
On Vortemis.
No, that doesn't work on your spells, does it?
All attack actions. So yes, it does.
But Great Strength is range 1 or 2.
Oh yes, I see. No, it doesn't. Sorry.
Yes, it does.
Yes, no, it doesn't. No, sorry.
Okay.
But I am going to play Ready for Action!
Oh god.
And try again.
I'm going to play very quickly. Duel of Wits!
Willy wee.
Show you my cards. Go on then. Smash casters in the base again, see if I care.
Oh, one.
Just one MR. No, but I am going to play Last Chance.
Oh, what does that do? I can never remember.
So, I roll a defense dice, and if the result would not normally be a success, then I live.
Okay.
I ignore
So
the
this
damage.
would not normally be a success, so it's a shield or a crit.
If I roll... no, because crits are successes.
Oh, so shield.
So
shield or singles.
or doubles.
Oh, okay. That's quite a good chance of survival.
For warbands with lots of dodges in, it gives you a 2/3 chance of surviving, assuming you don't have any supports around you.
Here comes your crit.
Oh, yeah!
Okay. Jimmy Gits, I'm going to push you back to there.
Okay, so I do not die.
You do not die.
Okay, so I am going to play, because we're still in your power step,
We are.
I'm going to play Deathly Fortitude on Karsus.
What does that do? That reduces
-2 move,
Yeah.
+2 wounds, so he's up to 5 wounds. Now
got 3 remaining.
you can still one-shot him, so he's got 3 left at the moment. Anything else for you in your power step?
No.
Okay, I'm also going to play Acrobatic on Karsus. So he's got 2 defense dice now. I don't want you killing him. Okay, and then just to spice things up, I'm going to play Flickering Image on Arnold.
What does that do?
It gives him the ability to play a reaction, so that when he makes an attack, if he rolls a crit, I can then push him up to 2 hexes after the attack,
After
so
the attack,
possibly
okay.
run away from any being smacked back or anything like that.
Okay.
And he also has light armor, which means we'll roll a crit. Sorry, I can't use crits for defense, but I get an extra dice, and he has 4 dice now as a result.
I see.
Anything for you?
No.
Okay. So for my first activation, I am going to then charge with Arnulf. Come screaming across the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Charge! So he rolls 3 swords normally, +1 for light armour, and if I roll crits, he does 2 damage and can move 2 hexes. Not a single crit.
Does he get a sword?
1 schwad.
Not a single defense. So how much damage is that?
Wowza.
1?
So it's 1 damage.
1 damage. And do you want to push him?
Measly damage, yes, and I shall push you to there. And in my power step, I shall play Distraction on you.
Okay.
And I shall push you 1 more to there. Force you to have to move first if you want to shoot me again.
Okay. So for my second activation, I will try and zap her. One. I can't hit him anyway.
You can, because you've got range 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's 3, yeah, not 2. Yeah, so I am going to try and hit you with my spell, because you don't roll crits, do you?
I do not.
Chance it.
Oh, the dice gods piddle all over your attempts. Anything in your power step?
Nope.
So on to my second activation. I am very simply just going to move Garrek 1 to there. This is mine. I've got my pile of skulls, I'm going home now. And I'm doing nothing in the power step.
Okay, I'm going to play FANEWAY Crystal on the blue horror.
Oh no!
Okay, so I'm going to charge using the FANEWAY Crystal to there for my third and third and penultimate activation. So it's 3 dice this time. That's 1 sword, 1 hammer,
sword,
and a nothing. So you do need a crit. Or, no, you need a
just dodge.
Dodge only.
Yes, dodge.
Light armor.
Arnulf has light armor, so just dodges. No! So Arnulf's dead. Kaputted.
There's an extra glory. That might mean something at the end of the thing. End of the game. That's the word I wanted. End of the thing.
Power step. Anything for you?
No.
I have nothing either. So on to my third goo. I'm going to get rid of an objective. I'm going to get rid of Blood for the Blood God, which is make 3 charges, which I cannot do. I'm going to draw another card.
So my fourth and final objective, I am going to make a charge action. I'm going to make this charge action.
There's much cogitating has gone on
I
here.
think it's better to go here. It could be a terrible thing to do. I don't really want to think about it too much. In the post-match analysis, if I've made a mistake, I could just run away.
The logic is that if you go there, then he can't be pushed back anywhere because this is the same distance as this.
So I can't push
him
back.
Therefore, I can't. I have to beat your roll. I can't just equal it. So
exactly. But you have got single assist. But I think it's better to do that.
I think so because you're rolling 3 dice.
2 dice. I'm only rolling 2.
Oh, it's only 2 dice, but it's hammers, isn't it?
It's hammers. Yes, 2 hammers.
And I only have 1 defense. So
yeah. Oh, it's a crit hammer! Kapow! Well, I'm glad we deliberated all over that.
It took ages.
And I scored. No remorse. So I'll be hanging on for. He's dead, so I get 2 glory. So the gamble paid off.
That could be the swing. Well, on to the final go, final 4th action. I'm just going to have a swing at you with Cursus.
Okie dokie.
So I'm going to hit you with me. It doesn't really make much difference. I'm going to hit you with a chained axe, even though it has a range 2. 3 swords, 2 damage. Oh, there's a crit, so you need a crit at least.
I've got 1.
Ah, boom. Well, there you go.
1 crit.
Well, I guess it made no difference to them. So that's it.
Acrobatic Vortemis is pretty handy,
3
isn't he?
defense, I mean, that's pretty much the kind of thing I put on Scritch and stuff as well. It makes him pretty hard to take out.
Yeah.
Power Step, I've got nothing.
Power Step, I have nothing.
Okay, so we're on to the end phase. And before, I've got 8. What have you got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh.
And I went first.
You went first.
No, you went first. Yeah, I'll let you go first.
You can't, because I just had my last turn.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, I went first. I didn't score What Armour, none of MacLeod cards came out. I didn't score Bind the City because there's only 2 of me left. But I did score Superior Tactician, which I picked up at the death like a jammy person.
The 3 glory there.
I was so focused on the fact that I had cover ground in my hand and could I score it, I completely forgot I had Superior Tactician.
Now, some objective cards I didn't get were Change of Tactics and What Armour. Don't know if it made a difference. So I've got 8 and you've got 15?
15, so you've got to get 7.
7. Can I get 7?
Maybe. I can't remember what you got left.
I've got Making a Statement.
Ah, well played. Glory. Well played. Again.
Bing, bing, bing.
So you've got to get 4 from these last 2 cards. If you've got 4, I should be upset because you'll win.
I've got Conquest, which is 2.
What's Conquest? In my half?
Yeah, everybody in your half.
Uh-huh.
And it's a 3rd end phase thing.
You haven't got Denial, though. I don't think.
Now, the people at home,
they know.
They know what I've got. They've already turned off.
I don't know what you've got.
They've already gone to make a cup of tea and post a comment congratulating one of us for a brilliant play. My last card, and I need to score 2 glory with this to beat you on objectives. It's Ploy Master.
Which is why you played Inspiration Strikes.
Yeah, no, I already played 3. I realised after that, but there you go. That was a good game.
Well played.
Good game, sir.
Good job I picked up Superior Tactician at the end.
You had no idea you had. you.
And I scored 6. I had to count through. I only got 5 in my pile, but I put No Remorse in the wrong pile.
Which ones did you score?
I scored No Remorse, Shining Example, Martyred, Escalation, Keep Them Guessing, and Extreme Flank.
Oh,
so I scored 3 in the first turn, and then only 3 more on the other 2.
Yeah.
And Martyred, Martyred feels like a kind of Pyrrhic victory when you score it, especially when.
But I had Martyred in the Skaven game versus the Eyes, and it comes out.
It does.
You just
it just feels like almost like not a waste of card. It just feels like, well, I've managed to get a glory, but basically I've got a glory and now I'm in a worse position.
Possibly. It depends on your warband, because if you're Skaven or support guys, like you killed someone, they don't
Well, that's true. No, it's good for these guys. I was like, oh great, I've scored Martyr.
It's also
killed Kacharek. I was like, oh great, I scored Martyr. Well, that's good. That really makes up for losing my only decent fighter.
That's a bit like losing Gerzag.
Yeah.
And go, well, at least I've got glory.
But actually, it made all the difference because if I hadn't scored it, I wouldn't have got security.
Yes. Yeah. If I hadn't killed Kacharek,
it would have been a different game then.
No, it would have been.
Yeah.
Two different to tell, but that was close.
Oh,
that was very close.
Oh, I broke my reasonable bloody losing streak.
Yeah, you did. You did. Now, I mean, people at home will already know this because I've said it in my deck review that I recorded. But this deck that I'm playing with is almost identical to the deck I played against the Curse Breakers, with one very small change.
Okay.
I got rid of Butcher's Eye, and I got rid of Spoils of Battle, and I put in a couple of other cards instead.
Okay.
Because I thought it's quite a good deck.
It is.
I think it's quite
very,
even.
very violent out of the blocks.
Well,
was today certainly.
I thought my starter cards actually were a bit rubbish, but then I did have two instance. Well, I had one instance score card, and then I picked up another one.
They'd have been rubbish against different warbands.
Yes,
but they were great against the slight fragility of these guys because you were able to hit advancing strike and precise use of force.
But I got one, and then I picked up advancing strike afterwards.
Okay. Yeah,
so I had to then
once.
I then had to commit Garrek to go after Navi or Trush, I can't remember which one. But yeah, I quite like the deck, and I basically decided, I'm going to play the same deck, not because I'm lazy and I haven't got time to make a deck up, but I actually wanted to see if against what is quite a different warband to the Curse Breakers, how would it fare? And it fared pretty well, I think. And I think your deck was really nice as well, actually.
Yeah, I learnt a little bit from the mistakes that I made
against the Skaven.
Against the Skaven, I put in a couple of extra. I took out one of the supremacy cards because there were 3. These guys can take 3. They can take supremacy, our only way out, and
bind the city,
their own version. I took one out because actually, even if you get 2 at once, it's too many eggs in one basket, and it can be great, or it could just be rubbish.
And so against a lot of warbands who are quite offensive, you've only got to lose 2 people, and it becomes a lot more difficult.
Yeah. So, and actually, neither of them came out in the first turn, which is really when you want it.
Yeah.
But I was fortunate that I got keep them guessing. I think is a great card for these guys.
It's good for anybody who's got a other action.
Yeah, although it's
a useful other action.
Yeah, but it's only got one, and actually it was.
But you can only use one, even if you like.
You can only use one. You can only use one. That's true.
So
the difficult thing is, first turn, is that you have to make an attack, and there are some warbands. Where you don't want to.
Or you have to go on guard.
Yeah, but you could on guard or move another attack. Sorry, on guard, move another action, and then the other one would have to be an attack or a charge.
Attack or charge,
yeah. So you have to commit yourself.
But you are quite lucky with your guys in that they've all got ranged attacks.
They've got ranged attacks, and the horror can actually just pop up and make an attack or a charge.
In fact, he could do both.
Yeah.
So you could summon him for 1, you could attack somebody for 2, and then you could charge for 3.
Yeah, so,
and you've not had to commit any of your guys at all.
Yeah, unfortunately, I also had extreme flank, so I needed him to try and catch that for me because you were merrily chopping down the this end. Yeah,
I was quite lucky in that I did manage to take out 3 of your guys quite early on.
Yeah,
and
Chariot wasn't the first to go, but he's so fragile. I have got cast to make it a bit better, but they didn't come out.
Because he only rolls 1 shield, and he only has 3 wounds. And when he's inspired, he doesn't gain wounds. He doesn't gain a defense dice.
All he gains is awakened weapon. And actually, I carry a awakened weapon in this deck because then I haven't got to worry. In theory, potentially I won't even have to worry about inspiring him because you can just put awakened weapon on him and then
he's only rolling 2 hammers.
Yeah,
I mean, he does 3 damage, but he's only rolling 2 hammers and does 3 damage.
Yeah, it's not great. You need
not great.
Determined effort and things like that in your hand. He isn't great. But Vortemis is, again, I think maybe underestimating Vortemis because he carried.
I think he's a lot scarier.
He got me closer to it than last time.
I think a lot of people might go for Kacharek, but he's actually fairly difficult to inspire because you've got to be lucky enough that he's standing next to Vortemis when he casts a spell. And once he does inspire, he's not great. He really isn't that good.
No.
I mean, there are Oryx and Duarden who had the same stats as him, uninspired. The only thing he gets is that re-roll, and it's just not great.
No, the only reason to take him out is that then Vortemis is almost carrying everything then.
Well, true, but what do Navia and Torosh do when they're inspired?
They have one of them has cleave, which is quite handy.
I think Navia.
Navia has cleave on a sorcerer's bolt, which is 3, but she only does 1 damage on both of her inspired attacks.
Yeah.
Torosh is a little bit better. He does 2 damage, but it's still only swords. 3
swords. Not awesome.
No, I mean they are weaker than.
Vortemis does seem to be the linchpin, and his ability to summon that blue horror.
Yeah.
None of the other 3 are particularly good, but then that's a bit like the Skaven. But at least with the Skaven, when they inspire, they get 2 defense dice, and you can bring them back. So,
yeah,
I think Vortemis is the man to bully up in this instance.
I think so.
Unless you get cards out.
It does need some support, I think. But I mean, he didn't have it today, so maybe he doesn't.
That's true. I mean, once he gets 3 defense on him, anybody with 3 defense dice is pretty hard to take out. You've got to do because he has 4 wounds as well. You've got to have a bit of luck, and you've got to have a serious punch at the same time.
So I'm almost wondering on the next iteration whether I ditch trying to keep Kacharek make Garrek any good and actually go back to beefing up Vortemis and keeping the blue horror alive for keys.
Yeah. I mean, that's
because I had a couple of Garrek cards in here which came out, and if I didn't have those in here, he might have had 2 keys on him sitting on there.
the blue horror. Yeah, could have had the one that allows you to score from anywhere.
Oh, and the other thing I did with this deck, I took out, because I've been playing singled out and the other one, the one where you get if you have 3 upgrades on a person. I took them both out.
Right.
Because I found although it's quite useful at the end of the game, certainly having both of them in, if they come out at the beginning of the game, it's rubbish.
Yeah, it can be a bit tricky.
So I took them out. And actually,
so those are both the ones that have 3 upgrades, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I played a game or 2 with both of them in, and it's just
singled out and chosen.
I think it's too many eggs in one basket, and they only have 1 glory, and there's easier ways to score 1 glory.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking of actually asking the Call It Shadespire guy, statistical analysis, whether it was worth taking both, because I'm not sure how often you, if more often than not, you'll end up with one of them at the beginning of the game when they're very tricky to score.
Yeah, I think with 2 out of 12, when you're picking 3 cards, the odds have got to increase.
Yeah, exactly. And then if you
and that's 1 card you're probably not going to get out of the first 3, and then your other 2 you've got to really lean on.
Yeah,
that deck was really nice. It's had a lot more mixed stuff in. Superior Tactician really helped out at the end there as well.
Yeah, I decided to put that back in and beef the score immediately cards up.
Yeah,
and I hope to score it, and it just about paid off.
The only problem you have with that is if it comes out first turn, you've got a load of score immediately. We saw that with the Curse Breakers.
Yeah.
I
haven't got loads though. The Curse Breakers had millions of score immediately cards. These guys have only got 3 or 4.
Yeah,
a couple of them are really hard to score.
Yes.
Like what armour is?
Yes, what armour is? I mean, I took what armour in my deck, and I had 2 ways of getting cleave in the end.
Yeah, it's not really hard to score. It's very dependent on what cards come out.
Yeah.
I had 2 ways to score cleave, and neither of them came out.
Yes,
but it's actually quite easy to score if you get the right cards out, because or Inspire Navia, because they roll 3 swords and they just need to get a crit.
All you want is a crit. You don't even really care about how much damage you're doing. You just want that attack to succeed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that game.
Good, I did too.
It was one glory in it.
Yeah.
Trying to frantically remember if I didn't pick up a glory for killing someone.
Maybe, yeah.
But that was a close game. That's about as close as we've had it for a while, I think. That's a lie, actually. I think we've had
all the games have been really close.
They have been.
They haven't had an annihilation for a while.
No, it's been a while since we've had that.
Yeah.
Which I prefer, frankly.
Me too.
And I still wonder if we should play some games without showing the cards off, and whether people would hate that or not. Let us know. Let us know in the comments below. Would you rather we play without showing what cards we've drawn, and not flashing them up? Because then you got that suspense there. I mean, you were bricking it.
I was.
You were bricking it.
I was.
And people at home, they've already know. They've stopped listening 20 minutes ago now. They're not even listening to this bit, but they knew.
I don't know. I think the tension of you knowing and me not knowing is probably quite good. So it's probably quite good TV. So I really didn't know. But of course, there would have been nothing I could have done about it, because the only way to pick up Superior Tactician would have been to come off the objective. So there would have been. I played what I had. So even if you'd beaten me, there was nothing I could have done.
No.
I couldn't have done any differently.
That is true.
Right.
So I thoroughly enjoyed that. Tzeentch has won out this time round, and my Khorne boys, they've had a successful stint recently, but they have finally been laid low by the blue horror.
Yeah.
And that was a jolly good game.
So good, in fact, that we're not going to play Shadespire next week. Nightvault
We
next
are
week.
not. No, that was so good. I don't ever want to play this game again.
We're going to play Keyforge next week. It'll be our first outing for that. So do look out. I think we're going to try and run deck videos in the week to talk about the decks that we are playing. Keyforge, if you don't know anything about it, it's a unique deck, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, you don't build decks. You literally buy a pack off the shelf. You open it, and it gives you. That's it. That's everything.
Yeah.
I'm really interested by that. And we played 1 game so far, and I do enjoy the fact that your cards are a little bit. They've got names on them, so you do have that.
I do expect terrible puns.
So there will be horrific puns. The cards themselves you get in the deck are more generic. We will go into the detail when we're playing the game. But yes, you just go in, you buy a deck, they're like £9, like $12 or $15, something like that. And yeah, that's it. That's it. You haven't got to buy anything else. You might want to buy the base box just to get the tokens and counts, but you could get some of the burger. You could get some of the burger tokens for that kind of side thing as well.
It's Pete desperately looking for a reason to buy some
it's so good. It's so gorgeous. So, yeah, we shall see you next week in the land of Keyforge and not Nightvault.
Yes, indeed.
If you did enjoy this, do obviously check us out on Patreon. We've got lots of sports
If you check us out on Patreon, you can go over straight now and watch about Keyforge.
Yeah, you can go and watch the Keyforge game right now because we do publish everything there a week early, ad-free.
Yeah, indeed.
And of course, the more you guys support us, the more stuff we can bring to you.
Yeah, eventually Pete can give up some work and we can play more games. Yay! Keyforge, Shadespire, Nightvault, Blackstone Fortress. Yes,
Blackstone
we have
Fortress,
got Blackstone
Necromunda.
Fortress, but we're looking at maybe March before we can actually bring it to the table because Pete's going on holiday and I'm going on holiday because we're such selfish bastards.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
but hopefully, come March, April time, there'll be some Blackstone Fortress as well.
Blackstone Fortress.
But until next time,
Bye.